Dan, on your case studies on your website, the one that I was kind of intrigued about looking at was the one with Tropicana, and where they have
Oh yeah,
their old standard package for their orange juice, and then they changed
yeah,
it. And what happened in that change? Can you kind of take us through that case study? Because I think it's a
yeah, sure.
good example of visual, metaphorical storytelling to where they were. And then they changed it to an artsy design and sales plummeted. And they lost the story in that. Now it
Mm,
just looks like another, packaged goods on the in the juice aisle.
exactly. Yeah, no, it's quite a famous example because obviously, PepsiCo are a fantastic company, and they make good decisions all the time. And they've been such a success. But this was clearly not a success. This was an issue, a problem. Um, yeah, I think. I mean, when you think about it, when people are especially packaged goods, people buy repeatedly. And a lot of people will be buying Tropicana regularly, and they know exactly what it looks like. And it has or had and still has gone back to having a very distinctive pack with a clear logo, obviously the dominance of the orange color, with a huge orange in the middle of it. And actually, also, not everyone notices this, but a lot of people do. There's a straw going straight into the orange. Now that is a genius metaphor, visual metaphor. It's like you're sucking out the pure juice in the middle, fresh from the fruit itself. Now, not that everyone sees that, but that's part of the story, I think. Now, when they made the change, the new packaging was more modern, I would say. You could see why a design team would go, this is much fresher, more modern. But they lost. It was very difficult for people who are familiar with the previous packaging, the established packaging that's was around for ages, to even see the connection. The brand name itself was less clear. It was written vertically, not horizontally, which is harder to read, and the focus was actually just on a big glass of orange rather than the fruit itself. And literally, the people who usually would pick up their Tropicana and put it in their trolley just couldn't they couldn't recognize where on the shelf their normal one was. So they went, oh, okay, maybe they've stopped doing Tropicana. I'll just have the own label. So yeah, hence the massive drop in sales, and obviously a quick reaction, of course. They figured out what was going on and they went back to their original packaging. But yeah, you're right. I think that, visuals are so important for all sorts of things, not just communication, but also recognition.
Yeah. And this is a good example of kind of a definition, I guess, of a metaphor where you are taking two ordinary items, in this case, an orange and a straw,
Mm,
and then
mm,
combining them by plunging that straw into the orange to make a third, more meaningful thing. And in
yeah,
this case, it's like you're drinking pure, fresh orange juice with Tropicana.
yeah, and you're communicating that with no words at all. All you're doing is communicating it through having a picture of an orange with a straw stuck in the middle. I mean, genius.